It is the 21st of May, and this is our team call. And I'm excited about what we're going to talk about tonight because I am just looking at some of the people on here, and I think you guys have a lot of really good stuff to share. So what I wanted to start with is just a couple of announcements. First of all, does anybody have any celebrations, anything that they'd like to share? Anything good that happened? New team member promotions?
Amy and Michelle have a couple, but they aren't on yet. That's okay though.
Okay, that's exciting. Amy,
I have a new team member, but she's at a dinner tonight, but that's exciting.
that is exciting. And I met her today and she's super sweet. So
I do too. I forgot about that. Yay!
you do too? Yay, Jess. Awesome. And I know most got at least one, maybe two new reps. So yay.
There's Amy.
There's Amy.
Hi.
Hey Amy, you want to share your praise report of the week, the one that you were talking to me about?
Sure. So I have two. I had to go get an adjustment at the chiropractor a couple days ago, and he knows that I do Juice Plus. And I was wearing one of the shirts I got. I can't remember exactly what it says, but it's not a fad or a diet. It's a lifestyle. And oh my goodness, my hair looks super crazy right now. But and then it says Juice Plus on it. So he just mentioned how it was a cool shirt, and I told him about Phoenix and just how much I loved it. And so he was asking a lot about just the products and the business, and he seemed genuinely curious. But they sell something called, I think it's called Greens First, and so I think he's still kind of loyal to that. But I talked about the research with him and just what it's done for me and what it's done for other people. And so even though he's not completely sold on it, I can tell that he's curious. And so next time I go back, which I don't know when that will be, I'll talk to him about it a bit more, kind of see where he's at. So that was cool, just that he seemed interested and he wanted to talk about it. And then a Facebook group that both my husband and I are a part of. It's kind of like, I'm sure everyone has it in the cities they live in, like where you post if you're selling something or if you have a question about something. And so someone asked about vitamins, and my husband tried to tag me in it, but my phone wouldn't do it for some reason. And so I was worried, like, oh, shoot, everyone's going to be messaging her about what their products and why it's best. And that was pretty late at night. So the next morning, I just decided I was going to message her. And I was like, I hope it's okay that I'm messaging you. Sorry, my son is going crazy. I was like, I hope it's okay that I'm messaging you. I saw your post, and for some reason my phone won't let my husband tag me in it. I'd be happy to answer any questions for you, though. I'm super passionate about whole food nutrition. And she messaged me back and said, yes, when can we meet? And so we met for coffee later that day, and I got to talk to her for probably about 30 minutes. Just about the difference between vitamins and whole foods, and got to share my health story with her. And it just really made sense to her, and she wants to get on a 3-way call and really focus on gut health, and she seemed very interested in Juice Plus. And I know I'm kind of getting ahead of myself, but I think that she would be a rock star in the business too. So I'm just excited to see where that goes. But yeah, that was kind of the couple of things that happened this week, and it's just been really exciting to see.
Oh, that's awesome, Amy. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, Carmen, I want to share something a little small but very amazing that I put together however many, 4 or 5 events for the month of June. And that's big for me because I've been in like this weird funk. So I'm really excited.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm so proud of you. All right. Well, thank you guys for sharing. And Amy, one of the things that you shared was about your doctor, and I wanted to that's one of the announcements I wanted to give or make for you guys, to make sure that you remember that a week from tomorrow, on the 29th, I believe it is, of May, Dr. David Phillips is going to be doing his Wellness Plus um, webinar for our team. So he's doing it for Heidi's team, and Heidi's invited all of the other 5 Cherry Bomb NMDs to have our teams invite to that. So I'm really excited about that, because I have been fortunate enough to be able to watch this presentation that he did as part of a pilot program for the Wellness Plus. But that one wasn't recorded. And this one I think is going to be recorded. So what an awesome tool for any of us who have healthcare professionals that we're talking to, but it doesn't have to be a healthcare professional. It can be anybody who has a customer base or who is into health and nutrition, because the way Dr. Phillips crafted his talk is just, it's awesome. It's super short. I don't even think it's 20 minutes. And he's going to be covering the product. He's going to be covering the research, everything that sets Juice Plus apart from everything else on the market. And it'll be a very, very short, but very powerful presentation. So that flyer is in the pinned post on our Facebook page. So, and I'll pass it through Voxer again as well. So I want to make sure that you guys remembered about that. And then tomorrow night, for any of you who have Spanish speaking customers, family members, Warm Market, we are going to have a One Simple Change presentation fully in Spanish. So this is something that we've needed for a really long time. So that is going to be tomorrow night. And again, that flyer and that information is in our pinned post on the Facebook page, on our Team Win Facebook page. But also it will be, I'll pass it through Voxer. I think I passed it through Voxer already today, but I can pass it again tomorrow. So I'm really excited about that. But what I wanted to talk to you tonight is, it's so funny because, I'm lucky enough to be able to hear from not all of you, but so many of you. And there was such a theme this past week about social media and how we share, and kind of the how to share, and a little bit of maybe how not to share. And so I want to go ahead and start with Tristan's experience. If you guys don't follow Tristan Rowe on social media, she's awesome. She just has the most well thought out, super engaging posts, really educational. And so she definitely has her social media personality. And apparently the entire world of Instagram thinks that she should be on Juice Plus and a part of their Juice Plus team. So Tristan, tell us what's been happening in your life in the past week or so.
Yeah, so recently I've just been getting a bunch of requests, and when I kind of open the requests, most of them are I guess, I don't know how it prompts as a request, but most of them basically are just kind of saying hey, I see that you're into health and wellness, and I love your posts, and they kind of say something, and they're I'm wondering if you want to hear more about, and then they kind of say their spiel, and it's been different for everybody, but basically just saying I'm part of an independent business whose mission is to inspire healthy living, and I'm wondering if you're looking to make more income or would be interested in hearing more about it. But what I found, I think, in most cases, is it doesn't feel very personal. And I think what's really unique is I don't really post about Juice Plus a lot on my page. So if you were looking at my page, unless you went back a little bit, you might not know that I'm actually on Juice Plus. I kind of just right now I'm creating a lifestyle. And then I think for me, just creating a trust and having people see that, I'm into this, and it's more than just the capsules. It is a lifestyle, and it is kind of the way that I live my life. So what's interesting is that, none of these people are really getting to know me at all. They're kind of just right away jumping out and saying hey, do you want to know about this business? And this one person was just very quick to send me her website, and she basically created the Juice Plus programs to be something specific that she just called something else on her blog. And so again, she had no idea that I'm in the Juice Plus business, that I'm on the Juice Plus product, yet she's instantly just trying to recruit me and send me to her page. So for me, I don't know how you guys would feel, but I just was I was really turned off, and I was kind of annoyed because I was like, man, this, like, she doesn't even know me. She hasn't even taken the time to form a relationship, to know that I'm on the product, to know that I'm in the business, and she's just trying to like sign me up. Didn't even ask like, how am I, or anything like that. So I don't know. It kind of, for me, I was just sharing with like Carmen and Katie and Jenny, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like all these people keep reaching out to me, which is nice. And like, I get that there's a market for that. At the same time, it's like, what is this balance of reaching out that way, but also feeling like they're trying to actually get to know me for me, or they care more about just trying to get me on their team and get on a product? Because I don't know that like any of them know my story or my journey or anything like that. And, they haven't necessarily really seemed to care.
Yes. So isn't that interesting, you guys? That we teach and we are taught, that this is a relationship business, and that, when that social media is an awesome way to build your business, but it has to always focus on the relationships. And so, although, as Tristan kept sharing with us, all the people that were reaching out to her, she was flattered, and she was like laughing, this is funny, I got another one, here's another one. But not any of them stopped and started with a, hey, I love your page, tell me a little bit more about what your journey's been. Nobody started with, let me get to know you. And that is, in my opinion, and it maybe works for some people, but in my opinion, that's not the way to get someone, interested in joining your team. Instead, it's about forming that relationship, getting to know somebody, asking a lot of questions, figuring out, is there a need that can be filled here, right? And if there's, when you find out that there's a need, then you fill that need and you can share what you have. And it's not to say that you have to wait a year to share Juice Plus. Of course not, obviously depending on what how much interaction is happening amongst the people, that you're having conversations with will determine how quickly you share Juice Plus. However, it's not something that is, the first thing that you're going to say, like, you put a token sentence in there, I love your page, you seem like you're really into health and nutrition, tell me, are you keeping your financial options open, right? So anyways, that kind of got me thinking. And then, as I sort of was thinking about our team, we have several people on our team who've actually done a really, really good job of building relationships. And so I was going to ask Mo and Jessica, and then I was going to ask Michelle Day as well, but I don't know if she was able to get on. If you guys would mind sharing because Mo, maybe, and I think I'm putting you on the spot a little bit, although I see you have your hand raised. So maybe you're wanting to talk anyways, which is perfect. So I would love to know, because you are part of a lot of different very specific groups, and you've spent a lot of time building relationships within those groups, and now you're seeing some fruit come from that. So will you share a little bit about that?
Yeah, I have no problem. Actually, I was like, oh my God, they're talking about what I'm doing. So thank you for picking me. I appreciate being put on the spot for this. When I started deciding that I needed to build relationships with people, I kind of was like how Tristan's feeling, except I was kind of thinking, how would I want to be approached? And it was, concern about me. What's my journey been? What's my story? What's going on in my life? How many kids do I have? What fun things do I like to do? My daughter's in the car with me. She just sneezed. Sorry about that. So, and she just blowed her nose.
I'm sorry. I have to.
Love this business. We can be so raw. So what I did was I sat down at my computer one day, and I get a lot of friend requests from the groups that I'm in because I'm very vocal and I'm an advocate in a lot of different forums, and people send me friend requests because of that. So I sat down at my computer one day and I put together a welcome letter to my page, and I saved it to my computer. I need to get it on my phone so I can send it from my phone too. And it basically just says, "Hi, thank you so much for sending me a friend request. I'm so excited to meet you. I love using social media to meet people that have the same interests that I have. I think it's a great way to meet like-minded people. I just want to let you know that my page can be very informative and a little out there sometimes. And I just hope that I don't scare you off. And I came to this awareness by having a major health experience, and I would love to share my story with you if you're ever open to that. And I would love to hear your story and what's brought you to this awareness." And I send that to them, and 9 times out of 10, they're like, "I would love to hear your story." So I send them the recording of my story, and then I ask them what their story is. And I form those relationships. And just last week, I actually took the relationship to a phone call. And this girl reminds me so much of myself where I was years ago. And she ordered the Trio Family Health Study, the shakes, and the omegas, and her order just sent out this morning. And I'm getting so much interest. And if I don't get a customer, I'm at least making people aware about Juice Plus and the benefits of health.
I love it. I love, love, love that you have that welcome letter that you can just copy and paste in, but it's still personal, and you're asking questions and you're sharing about yourself. I think that is a brilliant idea. You guys, we all should write a welcome letter.
It has generated so much response. And just like Tristan says, people want to be validated. They want to be heard. They want to be seen. And that's the way I would want somebody to come to me. And I don't want people to think that I'm just out for a sale, because I'm not a salesperson. I share health and wellness. And I don't want people to think that I'm just out for a team member. I want to get to know you. I want to know who you are, what makes you tick, and what you're passionate about. And we really appreciate that. So, and I'm making all kinds of new friends.
Yeah. Yeah. And you're totally expanding your warm market and getting people healthy. So that is so awesome. Thank you. All right, so that's one way. That's a really good way to expand your warm market and really focus on those relationships. And then I wanted Jess, where are you? I gotta find you. Oh, there you are. Okay. So Jessica has formed a couple different groups that have been really, really successful in expanding her warm market and building relationships within those groups. So will you kind of share about what you've done with those?
Yeah, so there's a couple groups that I started in the past that kind of failed, and that's okay. I start groups based upon what I want. So back many years ago, before I met April, I started a group called Las Vegas Stay-at-Home Breastfeeding Mamas, and that's just because I wanted to get to know those kind of women, because I've worked since I was 16 full-time. So that was my first group, and it went really, really well, but it got too big. It's at like 17,000, or sorry, what is it at? 1,700 women right now. Numbers. So that's where we're at right now, and it became very online. So you would try to put together like a play date like we used to, and it's not very personable anymore. So a play date doesn't go over very well. But if you post something on the group, people are like, they're so helpful, they're so loving, so kind, but it's just gotten too big. So I decided
to draw some more.
Something that that was near and dear to my heart. And it actually was birthed out of the fact that my daughter, Julia, who's 15, she loves to watch Gilmore Girls. And so I was like, oh, I would love that kind of community. And so I just decided to try out a group called Neighbor Ladies. And it also was birthed because, like, when you're talking to people that are from Vegas, a lot of times they say, yeah, Vegas people, they just go in their garage and shut the door. I'm actually one of those. I'm happy to talk to you if you're outside, but that's just what I'm used to. I don't know anything else. I was born and raised here. So it is very secluded if you're not intentional about getting out there and getting to know people. So I just tried to paint that vision through the description of what it is, and shared it in different groups. There's this other group called Mom Life that I really like. I didn't start that group, but essentially it's like a Christian mama group, and I love that group. So I shared my group in there once or twice to get it started. And then once I had people who were like, oh, I love this idea, this is cool. Some of them knew me and some of them didn't, but I kind of assigned them. I said, hey, I'm looking for girls that want to be over certain things. So like one gal is over ladies' nights out, another one's over play dates, another one's over potlucks, another one's over charity work, another one's over, like, we bring baskets to the ladies in need, when they have a baby or when somebody gets sick or whatever. So that's been really, really good. The ladies' nights out have been the most successful over all of the categories that I've put together. But essentially, I will probably beat this saying to death until I hit that NMD stage. And even then, but I have just really found that principle to be true that says people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And once you establish just that, then it's like the rest is pie. Like, it just happens, it either works for them or it doesn't. And so I don't think that starting a group is hard. Like, I just think it's pretty easy. Like, you just create the group online and you kind of put in there what your vision is for it, and then either people will join or not, just like this business. And then it either flops or it succeeds, and you just try different things out. But and it could be Zumba, it could be I don't care what it is. I do small group as well every Wednesday, and that's personal to me. But people, once again, they feel my heart. They know that I care. They know that I'm a person and that I don't bring up Juice Plus with those. But so anyway, that's pretty much what you wanted me to share, right, Carmen?
Yeah.
And then I just wanted to show you guys a quick picture of what Michelle Day just sent to me. But you guys probably can't really see it. Oh, let me put the brightness down. Maybe that'll help. But anyways, her and her family are traveling and having so much fun. And I just get all choked up because I'm like, oh, okay. Like, if we hadn't shared this business with her, there's no way this would be happening with her family right now. The fact that they're in this tiny little trailer, which is what they want, and in this van, and they're traveling together, and her husband worked 90 hours a week. I know you guys heard that story at conference, but it gets me all emotional. And the way that I know that she would say this a lot differently, so it's sad that she's not on, but they're in a patchy area of connection right now. But essentially, she's just phenomenal. What I know about her is that she's phenomenal with liking people's posts and commenting on their posts and caring, genuinely caring about people. She does try to be a resource of information, but that's really it. She's not this rock star social media person. She is that because she cares. And once again, that statement is reinforced. So like I said, I know she would share other things. So maybe you'll have her share next week or something, but I just wanted to mention that.
Yeah. And she has a huge following too of people who just really respect her and really do use her as an awesome resource. Good. Okay. Before I forget to say this, next Monday is Memorial Day, so we're not going to have our calls. I totally snuck up on me. Sorry. I was like, the end of school, everything that's happening right now. So no calls. We typically don't ever have calls on holiday weekends. So we just want to really make sure that, you know, you guys are able to enjoy your family and, you know, enjoy the holidays and take a little bit of downtime. Okay. But the last person that I wanted to put on the spot is Jasmine. Jasmine, are you still on? I'm looking for you. You're muted and your video's off, so she might not be in a place where she can share. There she is. Okay. So Jasmine, I love watching on social media because she's so vulnerable and she's so real. And she just put a post out there that helped her to finish up your 2000 plus, right? Do you want to share about
Yes. And yeah, so surprise. I had to go in my room so I could hide. Yeah, so I was pretty close and I was like, I want this so bad. Like getting my 2000 plus has been on my vision board for a long time. And so I finally just put a post out there and said, hey, I need your help because I hate being spammy. I don't want to be one of those people like, hey, buy from me. But just like, hey, I need your help. And I was actually really surprised at how many of the people came out of the woodwork that had either been like on the fence about Juice Plus or hadn't heard about it, but that actually just really wanted to support me. So that was super cool. So about 20 minutes ago, I just got my my last order that I need for my 2000 plus. So I'm super excited.
Yay! Yay! I'm so excited for you, Jasmine. You've been working so hard on this, and you are so good.
Thank you.
Oh, that is awesome. You are so good online. You're always doing live videos. You're always asking questions and working really hard to engage people. And so that's another one, you guys. If you're not friends with Jasmine, you should be friends with Jasmine so you can see what she does.
Thank you, Carmen.
You're welcome. I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited for you. Awesome. Okay. So does anybody else want to share anything that they're doing on social media that's working? Maybe something that they've tried that doesn't work?
Yeah, I'll share just for a second. I know we talked about Instagram a while back, but just the engagement that I've been doing and talking to so many people, I've already made so many friends. April and I had a 3-way call with a friend that I just made recently, and I think we both could agree that she definitely has a lot of awesome potential, and I'm super excited for her. And so I just love how I've not only been making friends, but, you know, sharing the gift of health and using Instagram to do that in just like a really authentic way. I don't tell people that I do Juice Plus. I will just like respond to their stories and tell them that their recipe looks really good or ask them for the recipe. And then just through that, we have like this natural conversation, and it just kind of morphs into, you know, like what is your health story? And then they'll ask me mine and I'll share it with them. And most of the time they're really excited about it and they want to know more. And so I'm just really thankful for Instagram and social media because it's just been a huge blessing in the past couple months.
I have something to share really quick on Instagram that I love. Definitely follow Amy. She's doing an amazing job at it. There was a training at the Las Vegas boot camp from Lauren Slocum's son, who has like 2 million followers on Instagram, and I think he makes about $4,000 a month or something crazy like that. And he's like 17. Anyway, and he has multiple pages that are like 2 million followers. But he said, make it pretty. It needs to kind of match, or have a color theme for a few posts, or kind of an organization to it. And so I've been playing around with that, just, you know, for fun, not really to do anything with it. And I have been getting like 5 or 6 new followers a day, and most of them are people that have 35,000, 50,000 followers. So, and like neat people. So it's just a really fun way to connect with folks that have a lot of connections.
April, is that a recorded, is that like a recorded training that you could share with us, or is that something that you were able to hear live?
I was just able to hear live, and the only thing I took away was make it pretty. If you want to go look at my Instagram, you can see how I've been making it pretty over the last month, maybe. And it literally went from, getting no followers. It was kind of a private, it wasn't even a private account. It was just like a dead account that I would post things every so often to, like, some pretty high-end followers. And I'm still little. I only have a few hundred, but it's growing fast. And there are people that are, like I said, 40, 50,000 followers that are following little old me because I made it pretty.
Yeah. Okay.
And you never know what that'll develop into.
With that, really quick, there's a couple apps. There's an app called Planoly, Planoly, and I think the other one is like Unum, Unum. But basically what it is you can import your Instagram and you can see what it looks like with all the squares. So when you're about to put a new post in, you can actually see how it looks before it posts to see if it flows with everything else you're doing. So those are really valuable just to kind of see the full grid of what your posts look like before it actually goes live.
Wow, that's super scientific.
It does it all for you.
I literally just I'm like, oh, look, my kids did something fun. We post that on Instagram. Really, I need to
go basic and go by threes. I'm going to do 3 posts and they're going to be of this color. And then my last 3 posts were kind of green. So I'm going to go do some more green ones. It can be that simple too.
It can be that simple. Okay. Yeah. And you guys, if you didn't.
I like the idea, the app too, but.
Yeah. I was just going to say that if you haven't watched Amy's Instagram training, she did it on a team call maybe a month and a half ago, and it's on our Team Win YouTube channel, which you can access through our Team Win Facebook page. If you click in the description, there's a link to the YouTube channel there, and subscribe so you can get all of the team calls if you miss one or something like that. Anyway, go back and watch her training because she shared a lot of really, really good stuff about how to increase your followers on Instagram. So, all right. Well, we're a little bit out of time. So I just want to say thank you. I learned so much tonight, and I'm so grateful to all of you that are so good on social media so that I can watch you and learn from you and get better. I also just wanted to remind you that we have some really great trainings on missiondrivenmodel.info about social media. So if you haven't watched those, or you need a refresher, that's always a great place to start. And Deanne Rose on thefreedomrevolution.com. She did a social media training. I think it's about 6 or 7 minutes, and it's really, really good. It's a synopsis of what she shared at conference, and it was a really, really good training. So go watch those if you haven't watched those already. And let me put you back in gallery view so I can see you guys. And thank you. No call next Monday. Okay. I'll remind you, but it's Memorial Day. It's a holiday. So enjoy your families. Okay. All right. Love you.
Thank you, Carmen. Good night. See you soon.